In the previous episode, Lady Diana was shot by bullet, so Nabrius removed his collar and came into his true demon form. Now, the commander's subordinates try to attack him with explosives, but it doesn't work on him. Because of this, he gets angry at them. He uses his lightning power and attacks them. Seeing this, the commander goes to attack him with his sword, but Nabrius catches him in his mouth and kills him instantly. The commander's subordinates get so scared, and they decide to give up in front of him. Now, Marbas is also surprised by this, because it has been so long since he last saw him like this. However, there is no consciousness in Nabrius, and it is nothing but an impulse to destroy and kill until all his power is spent. That's why this disaster is capable of raising an entire nation, and the commander is already killed. Just then Wisteria informs Marbas that she can hear Lady Diana's heartbeats, so she believes that she might still live with treatment. To which Marbas says that if she is alive, then her contract with Nabrius is still intact, so that could be the key to stopping him. Just then the commander appears behind him. Now, Marbas is surprised to see him alive, and does not believe that his body can regenerate. However, the commander inquires if this creature can be stopped if Lady Diana is consciousness, and if that is true, he tells them to take her to his people for treatment. Hearing this, the green bird takes injured Lady Diana to the medical camp. On the other hand, Wisteria is confused and asks Marbas what he meant about stopping Nabrius. Marbas then explains that it involves somehow managing to land on attack on him, because one powerful enough to help him snap out of his rage for even a moment, along his contractor Lady Diana to restrain him. But Nabrius is out of control at this moment and attacking everywhere. Because of this, Wisteria is scared and cannot understand how he can do this, to which Marbas says that is the issue, because in this form, Nabrius is one of the most powerful demons in the world, so an attack to stagger him would require power of comparable measure. In other words, Marbas must take the same form, because simply unleashing his power will result in a frenzy is just like his. But it is necessary that the contractor Wisteria should be capable of controlling Marbas. This is because she is the key, and she must control him. So, Marbas has decided that they will unleash a portion of his power. However, Wisteria does not know anything about this, and if they fail, the result can be dangerous. But Wisteria is ready to do this, and tells Marbas that she wants to do it. After this, she removes the ring from his tail, and fire power gathers around her. But it is so hot, and her body starts burning. Also, she does not know what he should do. Just then she remembers the words of Marbas, who told her that she is a key. Now, Wisteria starts thinking about it, but she cannot think of it as something visible. So, she realizes that the key is their bond, and it opens something deeper further down. That's why she has to see with her mind's eye. Now, Wisteria can see a flame in her mind, and she understands that it is Marbas. After that, she starts moving toward it. Also, she has decided that she does not want to just be protected, but wants to help. Meanwhile, they shake their hands, and Marbas comes into his immortal demon form. Marbas then tells Wisteria that he trusts her, and they have to fight him together. Wisteria becomes happy to hear this, and Marbas goes to stop Nabrius. Nabrius tries to attack Marbas, but he escapes. Now, Marbas start thinking about Wisteria, and says that a human capable of being the key feels so strange for the demon and a pack to have a wish. However, he wants to remain with her longer, and to do that, he needs to stop Nabrius now. After that, he wants to use his fire power to attack Nabrius, but he is still having trouble with his fire. Suddenly Nabrius attacks him, and he could not do anything to save himself. Just then Nabrius tries to catch him in his mouth, but Marbas escapes. Meanwhile, Nabrius punches on the ground, and some rocks are heading towards Wisteria. Marbas is shocked to see her in danger, but Snow saves her in the meantime. Now, Snow gets angry at Marbas. He asks him what he is doing here, because he told him that he would kill him for putting Wisteria in danger. Now, Wisteria recognizes her brother, and Snow decides to run away from here, because the sooner they are gone, the better. Just then Wisteria tells him that she needs his help. On the other hand, Nabrius is still trying to attack Marbas. However, Snow is not too sure he really gets what is going on here, but he asks Wisteria what he needs to do. Wisteria then tells him to hold her steady, and tells her where Marbas is. After that, Snow is ready to help her. On the other hand, Marbas is attacking Nabrius with his fire power. Now, Wisteria decides to look deeper further into the darkness. She can feel a flame, and it starts guiding her. After that, the ring transforms into a magical weapon, and because of this the power has stabilized in Marbas' body. Now, Marbas getting angry at Nabrius. He says that he is a big trouble. and asks what he is thinking, becoming self-destructively depressed at his age, because for as long as he can remember, he has been a thorn in his side at every opportunity. Meanwhile, he starts gathering his firepower. He says that they are both immortal, but the thought of life without him lacks the challenge that makes things interesting. After that, he attacks him with his power, knocking him on the ground. On the other hand, Snow is surprised to see this, and he explains everything to Wisteria, to which Wisteria says that his idea of live commentary is not very good. Now, Snow starts running away from here with Wisteria, because the attack did not work on Nabrius, and he has stood up again. Just then Wisteria tells Marbas that Nabrius has not moved from where he has standing. Hearing this, Marbas is surprised, because in this state, he should be rampaging wildly enough to destroy a town or two. But Wisteria feels that somewhere inside, Nabrius must still sense his link to Lady Diana, which is why he is not moving at all. But Marbas does not believe, and asks Nabrius if he really has become quite the faithful hound, because seeing him out of sorts over some girl like this should keep him amused for a good century. However, Marbas thinks that it is too early to relax, because Nabrius could enter a genuine berserker fury at any moment. That's why, in order to keep him anchored to this spot, they will need him to stay focused on Marbas, because they are going to hold him in place. Hearing this, Wisteria is ready, but Snow notices that blood is coming out of her mouth, and he gets worried. Seeing this, Marbas is also worried about her, but suddenly Nabrius punches him hard. Now, Wisteria's condition has worsened. Marbas wonders if it is backless from the magic, because his power must be too much for a normal girl after all. But Wisteria says that she is alright, because in this fight, it is only natural that someone gets hurt. So, she does not care about it, and is happy after all, because he has been protecting her for a long time, and now she can fight at his side. Because of this, Wisteria is happy and she will watch his back, so Marbas can fight as his will. Listening to it, Marbas says that she is truly worthy of being his contractor. After that he comes in front of Nabrius. Marbas says that he is sure Nabrius is lonely with his master having fallen, so he will play with him in her stead. However, Nabrius is out of his mind and tries to attack him with his power, but Marbas counterattacks and dodges it. Now, Nabrius is very angry, but Wisteria can hear the sorrow in his voice. Also, she is worrying about Lady Diana. Scene changes to Lady Diana, where she can feel the voice of Nabrius. Also, it is so loud and nostalgic as well. She starts remembering about Nabrius, where he has kept a book on his face. So, Lady Diana asks him to put the books away when he is done with them, because he is too old for this sort of thing. To which Nabrius asks what it makes difference. However, Lady Diana is surprised, and asks him if he reads often. Nabrius then says that he is bored more or less all the time, so it does not really suit him and he is still bored. Hearing this, Lady Diana smiles, and says that he definitely does not seem like a dog meant to be kept inside. That's why she decides that instead of being cooped up in here, they should head out for a change. Scene jumps to the present, where Lady Diana thinks that being a guard dog never did suit Nabrius, but he has always been a loyal one. On the other hand, Nabrius is still at his place, and Marbas is attacking him with his power. But Wisteria's condition is getting worse, and Snow is worried about her. Just then Lady Diana also comes there, and apologizes for the trouble her demon has caused. She says that she took her eyes off him for a moment and he gets so big. After this, she orders Nabrius to come to her, and Nabrius also calms down to see her safe. Lady Diana says she might have thought their time together was surprisingly pleasant and enjoyable, but his time with her will amount to about as much as a single cup of tea, or at least that is what she kept telling herself, because she thought it was true, and yet he is so angry on her behalf. Also, he is crying for her sake. Now, Wisteria is glad to see Lady Diana, and she asks Wisteria what she needs to do to help her. Marbas then tells her to focus her mind, control and then restrain the flow of Nabrius's power. However, Lady Diana is not sure, but she promises that it must be done. Now, Marbas says that if this drags on, he will trample all of them. After this, Marbas starts using his power again. Wisteria then tells Lady Diana that this is the key, and this one belongs to Marbas. So, she also can search for Nabrius's, and then they can do it together. After that, they are ready to do it together, and Lady Diana comes to in her imagination. But there is a black landscape, so she does not know where a key would be in a place like. Just then the souls of her family members appear there. Now, Lady Diana gets emotional to see them all, and does not know what is going on. Then her brother tells that it is called lingering thoughts, but Lady Diana wonders if she is dreaming. After that her brother comes to her and says that they are all dead, but from now on, even if she called to them, they won't be able to hear her. and no matter how hard she works, they would not be there to praise her. But even then, they want her to be happy. Also, they are going to leave all of their memories with her. So, when she is lonely and crying late at night, they will still be by her side. After that, her brother gives her something, and their souls disappear from there. Just then Nabrius appears behind her and asks if she is done. Now, Lady Diana looks at her hand, and there is Nabrius's key. Scene changes to the present, where the collar has regenerated in Nabrius's neck. Also, Lady Diana welcomes him. After that, Nabrius tells Wisteria that he owes her a lot. But suddenly, Wisteria falls on the ground. Marbas then tells her to end the limited release, but she is not ready for this and says that he is coming this way in the shape of a man. Just then a man comes there and says that he had not intended to reveal himself to anyone. Now, the green bird has understood that he was the one in that armor, to which he says that indeed he was, and he has clearly miscalculated. Hearing this, Snow is shocked, because he is none other than the commander. Now, the commander has understood that Wisteria is Snow's sister, who is the Red Mane Demon's contractor. However, he thinks that she is a strange one, so he asks her what exactly she is, and when she noticed he was there. However, Snow couldn't believe it is true, because he has heard the commander joined up with the Order over 40 years ago. But Wisteria can see him clearly inside her mind. Also, she can tell about his appearance, so she asks him who he is and why she can see him. Hearing this, the commander understood that she can perceive him on a subconscious level, and he thinks that it is remarkable. But Wisteria asks him to reveal his true identity. The commander then reveals that he is actually a human, but when he was a boy he encountered a three-eyed demon, where the demon asked him if he had any wish he would like granted. Then he said that he wanted to be the strongest of all, so as a result, he does not age, nor does he dies. And the more he fights, the stronger he becomes, because he was given nothing less than the ultimate body. After that he reveals that his real name is Saul Adams, but Marbas could not believe it and says that it is impossible, because there is no price he could have paid equivalent to limitless strength and a mastery of immortality. To which the commander says that he is here, and when he became the strongest, it was in the sense that he had unlimited potential to grow stronger. Just then Nabrius starts saying that he is glad he is really happy with his body and all that, because if he is not going to die, then it's fine, and he will just kill every last one of his soldiers. Hearing this, Lady Diana is surprised, but Nabrius says that he is not satisfied yet. Just then the commander holds his hand, because he cannot see his soldiers dying. He says that he has put a great deal of effort into training those knights. That's why he will not stand by and let him slaughter them. To which Nabrius says, like he even care about. The commander then says that he is a human, and as such he has a heart, so why he would not want to protect his people. Just then Lady Diana orders Nabrius to stop. Suddenly Marbas's key disappears from Wisteria's hand, and Lady Diana is also not able to stand up. After that, the commander tells Lady Diana that he is going to report to Her Majesty the Queen that she is dead. On top of that, he will argue for the restoration of the House of Blackbell's honor, because stopping a rampaging demon is meant to be his order's ultimate duty. But the fact that they were helpless to do so, and on top of needing the help of another demon, is a grave failure. That's why he says to consider this his means of commiseration, as well as showing respect for worthy enemies. To which Marbas says, but it ultimately boils down to sour grapes, and the souls of these women are strong enough that they can command great demons like him and Nabrius without fear. So, he says that if he comes after them again, they will simply wipe him all out. To which the commander says that they can boast, but they should remember no matter what the story is, in the end, it is demons who always meet their ends at the hands of man. In the next scene, they are in a house, where Lady Diana reads the news about her Blackbell's house burning and family's death. Just then Nabrius starts saying that she was desperate to redeem her brother's reputation, but all they ever wanted was to keep her safe and she managed to survive. So, he thinks that her family managed to get everything it wanted. Now, Lady Diana is also happy about it. Just then Wisteria tells Lady Diana that it is wonderful, but after that she could not stop herself and starts weeping. This is how the 6th episode of the Tale of Outcasts ends. To watch the previous part, click the left video, or check the pinned comment. If you want the 7th part, comment below. Also, subscribe and check out to Annie Summary for more anime recaps.